No, it's facing the whole thing.
Okay, so
Get my good side.
first, I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves. I'll start with Lauren.
You just want to name?
Introduce yourself, the name of your business.
To you, Lauren's Creations. Don't currently have one. Yeah,
That's a good one though.
Your mom.
Touchdown.
You're a mom of two. Married mom.
married mother of two. Yes.
And
Giovanni and Angela, since they're in the camera. Can you see how you butt?
and Felicia. There could be so many edits in this.
I'm sorry. Y'all should have invited me. Look at the camera when I talk. Or is this supposed to be candid? Hi, I'm Felicia. My mom of three. My business is fabulous. Lip paint. No? Okay, I'm sorry.
My name is Shamia. I am a mom of one, and my Facebook business name is Amazing Hair Grace, but my actual business will be Thy Kingdom Comb.
Okay, so the workshop that we're doing is R.A.R.E. And if you don't know what R.A.R.E. is, in the on the first page of the packet, it's reveal, affirm, restore, empower, understand, and pursue. And that's what we're doing with our businesses and trying to, reveal to each other what our businesses are, affirming that this is what we're going to do. These are businesses that we're going to build. Restore is mostly, a lot of times when we're starting businesses, you get a lot of naysayers or people who, don't want to push you, who really don't believe in your vision, don't believe in your dream, and so they kind of think that it's just a great idea.
Right.
Empower each other to move forward in our business, to continue to grow our business, understand our business a little bit more, and also understand each other businesses so that we can push them forward and pursue, which is move forward with our business endeavors. So, R.A.R.E. is a series of 8 workshops, and it's scheduled around the busy mompreneur. Mompreneur is like a new term. It's been used for a long time, but it's pretty much a new term just to describe moms who mostly are stay-at-home moms, who are pursuing business opportunities. And I was talking to my consultant, and she actually is a builder of a couple businesses, and she left her job as a principal to pursue her career as a mompreneur. And we were talking about the numbers and what the numbers symbolize. And she was asking me what does the 8 workshops symbolize? And I was like, you know what? I never really thought about that, because where'd you get 8 from? I'm like, well, it's not necessarily from a study, but that's just what God gave to me, 8. So when I was doing more research on the number 8, I realized that the number 8 is symbolic of new beginnings, which would be a perfect way to describe what R.A.R.E. is. And the concept of R.A.R.E. is structured around entrepreneurship, but really based on empowerment, networking, and just moving forward and pursuing a brand. And that's a big thing, because I don't think a lot of business owners, but when you're first starting out in your business, you're focused on, where am I going to do business at? Am I going to have a building? You focus on a lot of the planning, but a lot of times you don't think about the branding of it. We think about the branding after. We get a name, or like a great name or a great idea, and we start moving on it. The first thing that we do is we may create a Facebook profile, but we don't think about branding and what's the logo. And I made that mistake when I first started a business. I wanted everybody to know it was my business. So I'm like, I don't need a logo. It just be me.
Right.
And I thought about that, like it's me. I am the business. But if you think about great businesses and you think about larger corporations and very successful corporations, they always have a logo. They stand for their logo. And another thing that we don't think about in business, this is like so much farther down the line, but we don't think about after we're gone what happens to our business. So if we die, our business dies with us. And really, as mompreneurs, we should be building businesses that our kids can be able to come into, right? And if we only brand ourselves, if I only brand Talia, you only brand Felicia, Shalia, and Lauren, then our kids don't really have anything to come into because they're just living up under our name. So branding is so important, and that's one of the things I wanted to discuss is branding, that's amongst other things. But R.A.R.E is not just a workshop, it's really a movement.
Right.
This is so much bigger than just us sitting at a round table. It's really a movement. And I've been saying I was going to do a women empowerment, and I was going to do like a large women empowerment. And I'm like, you know what? First start amongst people that I know have started small businesses.
Right.
We know Lauren doesn't have a name for your business yet, but at the very same time, you moving in it.
Right.
And that's what business owners do.
Right.
The first thing you do is you get a good idea and you act on it. Because a lot of people have great ideas. I mean, if you think about it, how many people have thought about doing what we do?
Right.
A lot of people think about it all the time. And then when you do it, they're like,
right.
You really doing it? Or they have something to say negative.
Yep.
Like we talked about yesterday, the jealousy and things like that. Because they probably had that idea first before it came to you, but they never moved on it. So now you're doing it. It's like, oh, I can't believe she's doing it. But after completing the 8-week workshop, you should be able to draft a business plan. That's pretty much all entrepreneur workshops, small business workshops. At the end of them, you should be able to draft a business plan, and that's great.
Right.
But it's really not enough. Because if you can draft a business plan, anybody can go online and Google a business plan. You can Google it. You can Google the steps. It can tell you exactly what a business plan includes, but it's really to empower each other. Because as a business owner, building business from the ground up is lonely.
Yeah.
It's not only difficult just because when you're passionate about something, you're moving on it anyway.
Right.
But if you don't have someone else, a mentor is great too. But if you don't have someone else who's doing the very same thing, you don't have to be the same. I don't have to be doing a hair business.
Right.
But if I'm running a business and I'm talking about my woes and what's really going on, if I need somebody to vent to, I need somebody that, that's not going to say, girl, you stressed out?
Right.
Oh, okay, well, I would be stressed too. That's a lot.
Right.
You got a lot on your plate. No, build me up.
Right.
Oh, this is only the beginning. It's so much greater after you finish this.
Right.
Oh, okay, you're going through this, but imagine when you get here. You need somebody to be able to build you up, and every one of us has been at that low place.
Yeah.
I posted on R.A.R.E's blog yesterday about depression, and I didn't even realize why I was posting it. I was just posting it. I really was just trying to get information out constantly, and the first thing I thought about was depression, and I'm like, okay, what's the early onsets of depression? And reading on the statistics, it says 1 out of every 10 people experience depression at some point or another. Yeah. It may not be like, oh, I'm about to slit my wrist and kill myself. But I can't, probably 2 of us, 3 of us, all of us in here have felt depression. Yeah. Over some type of situation or another, like my life, my hair, I don't care. It could be anything.
Anything.
So because of that, this is why R.A.R.E is something that is crucial. It's crucial when you're building a business to be able to have people that are like-minded with you. So with that being said, this is session 1, and session 1 is, are you really ready? Which sounds cliche, but the first thing we're gonna do is go around the table and talk about what's your business. And I'll start with Shania because I know you've been waiting.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you comfortable with the camera?
No, yeah, that's right. So I talked about being a traveling beautician. First of all, just because it's convenient and we really don't want a lot of people knowing where we live at.
Right.
And I really don't have all the materials that I need. So I said, okay, I'll be a traveling beautician. This much easier. So then we came up with, what did I call it? I called it, like Kingdom Come on the Go, where we purchased a trailer and build a salon inside the trailer and have an actual traveling hair business that way. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's awesome.
So I'm like, it's cool to have a building,
Right.
but to have an actual traveling hair salon, I was like, yes.
Right.
Like seriously.
Right.
To where I don't have to come to your house, you don't have to come on my bus, I'll do your hair on my bus.
Right.
Park right in front of your house, have it insulated, heat or whatever. And it was just, the idea was just, usually in my past when I get ideas like that, it's just like, that ain't gonna happen. But I'm so determined to make this happen, it don't make no sense. Like I don't have money, I haven't went to school and got my license yet, but I'm so determined to make this happen. And I keep, in the back of my mind, I feel like the devil keep trying to play with me because it's like, you got all these loans, you can't go back to school to get your license yet, so what you gonna do? You can't go to business school yet, so what you gonna do? You gonna just keep doing hair and doing hair without a license? And then I'm like, just gotta pay my loans down. You know, I pay my loans down to a certain amount, I can go back to school. So that's something that I truly want to do. I want that so bad. I got the vision, I got the color, you know my favorite color blue. So I want it blue. I mean, I don't know what my logo would be, but I'm not even sure. But that's like a great idea.
Right.
That's just
Awesome.
I want to make that happen. So it's just me figuring out everything I need to do. I know King mentioned something about I have to go downtown and I guess yeah, that and something with my name. Yeah, I don't know. I need to know how to do all that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Just so nobody knows about my idea, but you guys, because you know you can't trust it, everybody.
You have to be careful.
So
Talk about that.
yeah, that's I've been like every day. Nobody has that here in America because I've researched it. But they have it in like Korea or where else do they have it? Like somewhere foreign. They have that. They have it there, but they don't have it like here. So I'm like, yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
That's a big idea.
Yeah.
And it's not even really. The thing is, when I'm always reading stuff, and when I'm reading stuff, sometimes little things. Some stuff is like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then some stuff is like, like that really. And one of the things I read was that the first thing to building a business and becoming an entrepreneur is when you plan something that is scary. It's so big and it's scary, and then you just chip away at it. That's when you know you're an entrepreneur. When it's way bigger and it's really something that right now you knew you couldn't just walk out. Because really, is it a really big goal? If I say, I want another vehicle. That's really not a big goal. I can go trade in my truck and get another vehicle. It's not something that's difficult. No, it will probably be like, well, you gotta wait a while, just got it, something like that. But it's still not so crazy. Like, it's not hard.
Yeah.
But to say, I want to own, 12 houses on this block, or I want to own 12 buildings down Niagara. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah. It is scary when you think about it because it's like, dude, am I really going to be able to do that? But I'm so determined to make that happen, it don't even matter. You know, it's just, and that's like really a lot. Like, that's a lot of money, that's a lot of time, that's a lot of stress, that's a lot of pressure, that's a lot. Right? A lot that I don't even have right now. But it's going to happen. I don't care if it takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30. It's going to happen.
right. Well, people travel all the time with their babies, with their
Yeah.
kids, on the road. It's really not a
Right.
big difference. You know, like performers, they travel, well, some of them,
Mm-hmm.
they travel with their families. I look at Tamar.
Mm-hmm.
People say whatever they want to say about her, but she travels with
Yeah.
her family.
Mhm.
They're on the road
Yeah.
together. And so I love the idea of a traveling salon. I love the idea of anything mobile.
Right.
That just makes me excited. I actually had an idea, a mobile idea, and I shared with somebody. I have so many different things that I know God would give me dreams, and I would tell people, and they would instantly crush them. Like,
Right.
that's stupid.
Right.
But I got a better idea.
Dream. That's because they don't have
But
it.
it's your idea.
Oh, right. But it was always like a way to try and make it something else. So I love that idea. Anything mobile makes me excited. Felicia, what is your business?
Fabulous. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this for, I didn't know how to do it, but I've been talking about it for years. Like, I've been talking about the name for years, and people say, or there's so many, like, everybody's always buying Maybelline, L'Oreal, MAC. Okay. So I was discouraged because I talked about it and they didn't do nothing. So it took for me to lose my regular employment for me to be like, oh, well, let me take this last check and go buy these supplies and let's see what can happen. And even now, no, not so much now, but for a while I was scared to like tell people about it. Like, just bring it up in conversation or something, but that's how you're supposed to be. And I'm getting better. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm getting better. But what I want, obviously, like, I don't want a fabulous store, like, no. But I do want to be a household name. I do want to be, like, next to CoverGirl and next to Revlon and all that. Like, that's what I want. Like, I want to have a commercial, like, that's just what I want. Like, everybody to know about it. You ain't got to use it, but you're going to know about it. You're going to be curious about it. You're going to try it at least once. So, I did have people that were a little bit discouraging, like, well, I only wear this. Okay. But those people have purchased Fabulous. So, you ain't got to wear it, but you going to buy it because my color just popping. Like, let's admit it. So, I don't be getting all this stuff up under my nails and on my clothes for nothing. But I don't really have, like, I didn't have an audience in mind, like a target customer base or whatever you want to call it. Like, I didn't consider seniors, but now I'm starting to, only because one particular senior is always telling me to make old lady colors. Always telling me she got two from me now. She got two from me now, but it's just, that's hard to do. My thing is bold, crazy, ridiculous. Like, whoa, I gotta try that. I'm scared, but let me try that. Like, just crazy colors because I just like colors. Like, even though you probably can't tell now, so I always wore bright colored clothing. I just like bright colors, but I don't know. It's something that I love. Like, I love, and my daughter is saying she wants to start a business. I make her want to start a business, but I said it has to be something that you love, not something to do. Like, business is slow, you still gotta love it. You still gotta get up and make it, whether somebody buying it or not. And this is what I'm doing. So I have days where I could make $90 to $200 in one day, but my case would be empty. And then I have a day where I make $7 in a whole entire day. But I still love it. It's like $7, but it's okay because I'm enjoying it, but I'm gonna cook this more. Like, so that's why I try to keep coming out with something new. And it's like I keep tapping all these places that I buy the coloring from. And then when I buy them all, they're gone, they're not stocking up. So I'm like, am I losing people's interest because I haven't brought out nothing new, but y'all ain't stocked up because I done bought everything. So it's like, where do I go now? Night Falls, get their stores up? Obviously I'm have to. I did it once. So So I have to do it again, but like I haven't really planned like I should, because it's like I'm in the moment and I'm like enjoying where it's at, but I know it can and will be much different.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
Lauren.
Ultimately, I want to make organic baby food. Right now, it's not really feasible with the situation that I have, but being able to make other things in the meantime, you know, baked goods, boxes, flowers, all kinds of stuff.
So the creations is perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I like I said, I really just make a variety of things, and my ultimate goal is just baby food. So that's where I am.
I didn't know that. That's something new.
Well,
it's
it's not
new
new
to
to
me.
make baby food.
Well, I know that you make everything
I
like
do.
natural, which is, you know, and it's really like you guys all kind of do natural things. It's
Right.
all natural, and one of the things that I'm in a whole different type of business, so it's so far. Really, it really is like I'm in construction, so
Right.
it's so far, you know, but at the same time, is not, because ultimately, I love construction. I always have loved construction, and where I started out it actually started out my father's basement, shredding papers for him. I had no idea that I was ever going to work or have a construction company, let alone work at a construction company, like never. And for me, it was more, that wasn't a God-given idea. I mean, I've been to hair school.
Right.
I was actually getting ready to open a salon, which is so scary, because I'm so happy that I didn't go that way, because I never wanted to actually do hair forever.
Right.
I just wanted to run it.
Right.
I just wanted to, you know, so for me, like you and I had a conversation earlier about how people are so, they open up to you, and you're a beautician. So they open up to you. And as a beautician, they're like, well, you know, my husband didn't like this, but he might, you know, that's the type of stuff, that's what I like.
Right.
I didn't really care for the whole styling of hair.
Right.
I mean, it's a skill, but to me, it's more like I do it when I feel like it.
Right.
It's more of a hobby for me. So I did that. I did so much stuff, and doing all that stuff, I read. I'm always reading because as an entrepreneur, everything is research.
Right. Yes, it is.
Everything is research. It's nothing but research. Let the research, because you get this great. I'm a dreamer, so I know God will give me dreams, and I used to not be so comfortable with saying it out loud.
Right.
You know, I had a dream, and and I'm like, no, you're not just dreaming because you're dreaming. God is giving you dreams. He's showing you things.
Yeah.
Like for example, I'll say something said to me. We're uncomfortable with that. We're uncomfortable with saying God said,
Right.
or God told me, because that's who created us. So for me, I knew that God didn't create me to run a construction company.
Right.
That's not my end all. It just was, I know for me, I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Right.
I used to be scared to say that out loud, but I know that I'm a serial entrepreneur because it's not going to be one business that I run. Only because I'm so passionate. I'm passionate about business, but I'm also passionate about people.
Right.
Because I could be running my business doing something over here on the construction field, and if I see you with your, you know, doing your business, and I see where you can grow, I'm gonna become more passionate about helping you run your business or grow your business than I am about that construction project.
Right.
And that's where I am. I'm at that point of I'm just really doing what I like to do, what I enjoy doing. I mean, I'm supposed to be running a company right now that everybody says it's so much larger. You're like, oh, why are you not, you know, making these $1 billion contracts? Like, it's such a way paid for you. I'm like, they call me for work, and they're like, okay, all this work. But you really have to do what you're passionate about.
Right.
And if you're passionate about your hair on the go, and you're fabulous. She's passionate about her creations, and her baby food and her creations. That's when you know you're an entrepreneur.
Right.
That's when you know you're building a business.
Right.
Because I don't always want to be known as a small business.
Right.
I mean, some people are cool with that.
Yeah.
Me, I guess I'll be cool with that because for me, I know that I'm more of a not-for-profit person, and I have to throw this disclaimer out there that if someone asks me my opinion of what's the difference between a for-profit and not-for-profit business, and I thought I wanted to say one is for-profit,
Right.
not for-profit.
Right.
But I really had to. I can't be that way because I know that people come to me and they ask me questions that they really want to know the answer to. I know that. So because I know that, I had to say, well, my opinion is, as a for-profit business, your success is measured by how much money you make.
Right.
As a not-for-profit business, your success is actually based on how many people you help.
Right.
So I know that's where it is for me. Money, and maybe now is different because I remember when money was a real big thing for me because you need dollars and cents to live.
Right.
So I mean that's just what it is. You can't live off of having compassion and loving people.
Right.
It's just not the way it goes. Money, you have to have money to do it. And I was driven by money, but being driven by money sometimes leads to unhappiness.
Right. That's true.
Complacency, settling.
Right.
And that's really not the way that even God wanted us to live.
Yeah.
God does not want us to live mediocre lives. And I think that sometimes when God gave me the vision for R.A.R.E, when I tell you, if I explain to people, my board sometimes looks at me like I'm crazy because I can only give them a little bit at a time. Like you said, you started out with your name and you're like, that's my Facebook name, but that's really not my, that's how I have to start R.A.R.E. I'm like, this is just a little bit. You got a spoonful because if I give you the whole pot,
That's true though.
because it's not a bowl,
Yeah.
it's not a cup, it's
Look
a
at me like I'm
pot.
crazy. Yeah.
Like, it's probably a whole bunch of pot. It's so large
Right.
that it scares me. Like, okay, the people that I have that are seeding into me, but it all comes from people seeding into you.
Right.
And I know that I can't just have people seeding into me and I'm not seeding into anybody else. And sometimes we're scared to help each other grow.
Right.
I don't know why, but we're scared of that. Like, I don't want Shamia to grow.
Right.
Because what if Shamia gets to the point that she got 12 buses on the road? Like, oh, she bigger than me.
Right.
I only got a truck and I'm helping some people at one location.
Right.
Yeah, but it's about,
That could benefit you.
I mean, because when people talk about their businesses, I think of ways that their business is something that I could connect to. Like, when you talk about that, I think of the women who need help, who need a makeover, who really, I think of that. I think of being able to, for you to say, girl, put your bus in here and let our woman come out and get makeovers or whatever. I think about that type of stuff. I don't think like, okay, I mean, your little bus business.
Right. And this is
But that's how you think.
Like when you do something that you absolutely love to do, it's not a job to you. When I love doing hair. Like I've been trying. Give me some models. Give me somebody. This is what I love to do. I love to do hair. I love to practice hair. I love to come up with new styles or maybe, you know what I mean? It's not like I was getting up going to work and working this collection agency. The jobs that I worked, I didn't like none of my jobs. I was just working for the money. So it was just like, I'm going to this collection agency and I hate collections, but I'm making a lot of money with a lot of commission. Mm-hmm. I'm going to drive in. I hate this job, but I like to drive and I might as well do it. It's a little bit of kibbles and bits. So when you actually get to a point to where you know what, obviously this job ain't working out, this job ain't been working out for years. This is something that God does not want me to do. I need to have my own business, and this is what he's been showing me. So now when you gotta be put in a position to where really you ain't got no choice. You know what I mean? Either you gonna stay at home and be at home time, or you gonna do something. So I'm like, I need to go and pursue what God has been telling me to pursue while I'm in this position. Mm-hmm. Excuse you. Thank you. So this is just when you love doing what you know. It's, I can't